Big news in the debugging world today. The new version of Engine 9000, the debugging tool by Alpine 9000, has been released, and it's got a really cool new feature called the Copper Visualizer. I've been going through some of the games that I've made videos for already, and wow, you should see the copper activity in Kid Chaos. It's incredible. It's like a dynamic copper list that's moving up and down the screen and changing the colors. It's very advanced. So I might return to that Kid Chaos and do another video on that at some point. But right now, someone in the comments was asking about IK Plus or IK Plus, International Karate Plus. I don't know how people say it, but yeah, just in the change of the colors in it. And so I was going to check that out. So I'll show you a simple version of the Copper Visualizer in a second. But yeah, just to quickly show here that it's a 1988 game by Archer Maclean. Rest in peace to him. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago. But yeah, it's a classic game. And yeah, if you just look at sprites, you hit the sprites, nothing comes out. It's no sprites being used. And the bit planes, it's just in 16 colors. So I can show you each bit plane here. But yeah, that's it. 16 colors. But so you'd think 1988, it's just 16 colors is 16 colors. But it looks like it turns out that there's a lot more colors that are being used. And you can see that in, well, I'll show you the old way. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that if you put the blitter visualizer on, nothing happens. It doesn't even use the blitter for it. But I was reading that, yeah, it was developed on the Atari ST, I think, was it 6 months to a year? And then they did the Amiga version just in 1 week. But they're both very good. And the Atari ST actually, I was taking one of the screenshots and looking at an Ace sprite, and according to that, the Atari ST had 37 colors on screen at once, and the Amiga version has 69. So how is that done? Well, let's take a look. The old way that we did it before this new version was with the copper block. So let's see what happens here. Let's put that on and go up. And yeah, so you can see here when you bring it down the screen how the colors change slowly in the background, the copper sky, but also other colors in the foreground. And you see how the players are the wrong color all the way until you get to right there. And so right there, it's switching to the new palette. So it's got different colors up here because the guys never reach this high. Like, when you're doing all your moves and that, they never get up this high. So you can change the palette and it won't affect them. So that was the old way to look at it. But now here's the new copper visualizer. So if I put that on and we move this over and maybe even make the screen, now there's a new feature too. You can also make the screen bigger. So there we go. So, and if you go down, you can see what the colors mean. So there's the weight, and then there's for red, white is move sprite, and then blue move the blitter, move the bit plane pointers, move the color is green, and then move other. So if we go back up, it looks like the one we're interested in is the green, move color. So if you look up here, let's get it all on the screen. Yeah, so up here, it is changing the palette, but that's for the top with the score and everything. And then it changes the palette again here before the game starts. And then if you look in each one of these, this is color 2, and then color 2, and it's changing. So color 2, all of those change. So that is and you can even see what color it is. So that is the copper sky. You see how it is changing the gradient of red on the way down, but then here it changes to yellow for the sun, and then pink for the reflection, And as you go down, blue for the water. And then if you remember the spot we were looking at over here, when you slide it there, boom, you'll see that that corresponds to over here. And look at this, the whole palette is being changed. Color 1, color 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 15. So almost the entire palette changes right there. And then you get enough colors to do all the fighters and for everything that happens down here. And then there's different palette up here. So very impressive for 1988. So kudos to Archer Maclean. I would have never guessed that it was doing that. I just figured that it was, maybe the copper sky, but then just 16 colors overall. And it's impressive that the Atari ST was able to do it. I guess I'm not as familiar with that, but I think they use like raster interrupts, and you're able to change the palette there. We're using the CPU, use the CPU for everything. So it looks pretty good. But like I say, 37 colors versus 69 for the Amiga. So the Amiga wins. So, sorry, ST lovers, but great game on both systems. So all the videos in the future, I'll use this copper visualizer, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, like I say, Kid Chaos so far looks like it uses it most extensively of all the games I've looked at so far. So we'll see if that stays the winner or not in the future. Let me know if you can think of another game that might have more copper activity than Kid Chaos. I know Jim Power has a lot, but it only scrolls horizontally. Because Kid Chaos is doing the 8-way scrolling, I think that's why the dynamic copper list is so extensive, and it's very cool to see. So big up to Alpine 9000 for creating this amazing tool, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon.